Hey, welcome back to From the Roots Up. My name is Gavin. This is Max. We're back. We've had a couple weeks off, but we're excited to be back. We've got a brand new guest, match by match, moment by moment. That's how this story of the incredible soccer played in Hickory has gone so far this season. First, before we get started, of course, I have to thank our partners that we are involved with, and that's, of course, Barley Market. They've allowed us the opportunity to be here again. Our man behind the camera, Lenny, thank him for the production he gives us, and of course Chris at Vondrell Media with all of our graphics and so forth. But today we're actually going to shift our focus a little bit. Of course, we've been with Hickory FC throughout the summer, but we are very excited to shift the spotlight a little bit, and that's because football, soccer, is much bigger than just Hickory FC, and we're going to celebrate that. And our guest today is proof of that.
That's right. We got a man here all the way from Madrid, Spain. He's already been here, left his mark not only here at Lenoir, Rhyne, but also with his summer league team over in Louisiana, earning a spot in the USL League Two Team of the Year. But yeah, he's been here the last year and for this upcoming year too, anchoring the back line at Lenoir, Rhyne. So we're excited to have him.
Yeah, so I guess it's my honor to introduce Mr. Guillermo García. Sorry for the pronunciation.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, welcome. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, first off, I guess with coming over here, and I think last year was your first year at LR. So I have to ask because I think I asked you off camera. It's interesting to me, guys coming over to the States to play football or soccer. So what was the draw of coming over here to play football, and why Hickory?
Yeah. In my case, I have a friend back in Spain that he played for LR like 2 years ago, and I don't know why, but he told me about it once we were practicing and practice and stuff, and he said that he had a really good fun. I always had in mind that to go study abroad, and I wanted to go out, and I had a chance. He put me in contact with Carlos, the coach. I reached him out, and everything went well. I sent him videos of me playing soccer. He said yes, and now I'm here.
Yeah. No, that's a big leap, coming all the way from Madrid over here to Hickory. So, I guess my first question is, like, what were your thoughts coming into it? Like, were you excited? Had you ever been to the States before coming here? Were you nervous? Like, what were your thoughts coming up?
I was really excited. I've never been here, and that was my first year in the United States. That was the first time I got here in the United States. And, yeah, I was really excited. I wanted to come here, get here, see how everything went. And yeah, so far I'm having fun. I've met different people from different areas all around the world, Argentina, here in the United States, from different states. Yeah, I was excited, and I'm still excited about it.
So I guess the first time you heard about, hey, this school in Hickory, from your friend, hey, I went to school in Hickory, you should come do it too. When you first heard the word Hickory, did you think anything? Did you know anything about Hickory? Did anything surprise you when you got over here?
Well, I didn't know too much about Hickory. I just looked it up, like the population, and it was 45,000 people here. So I come from Madrid, which is a big city, so it's different. But I like it so far. The community is great. People here is great. Yeah, I like it. I didn't know a lot about it, but he told me that it was great, that he had a lot of fun the 2 years that he was here, and I'm having fun, so I'm glad I'm here.
No, we were talking a little bit before, but, I talked about how I'm born in New York City. I went to college in Miami, so I kind of similarly am more used to much more populated areas, I guess we could say. So I'm kind of curious what your experience has been coming to a small town like Hickory, and meeting the people here, and what were you expecting, and is it different from what you were expecting? Because I know for me, you have all these like thoughts and ideas of what a small town's like, but I was definitely blown away by the kindness and how nice the people are. But tell me about your experience coming to not just America for the first time, but
yeah. I don't know. To be honest, most of my time I spend on campus with the boys, so I don't go usually out here to downtown or whatever. I'm just staying most of the days on campus, like on classes, practice, dinner and stuff. So I don't have a lot of free time to go to see downtown. I've been here in downtown for I don't know 3 times. So, but I like it. I like it. It's nice. It's a little bit quiet sometimes, but yes, I like it. It's cute, it's small, but I like it.
So I guess like that kind of leads into, you know, you like it in a small town, you know, being different than obviously Madrid is. How has living, and this you might have already kind of hinted towards this, but how has living in a smaller town like this compared to your life in Madrid? Like, have you been able to just kind of slow down and kind of relax here, where maybe you were a lot busier in Madrid? And then maybe what's been the biggest adjustment between the two, maybe on or off the field?
Well, the main difference is that here I'm just living with friends.
Okay.
So back at home, I'm just living with my family. I got stuff to do, but it's way different. Everything I do is with the friends. When I go to classes with my friends, when I go to practices with friends as well. So that's the main thing that changed, like back at home. That's the main thing. And yeah, now I have some free time. Whenever I'm in Spain, I don't know because I was in the university and I didn't have a lot of free time to hang out with friends or stuff. But now that I'm like everything is close enough to hang out with friends, stay on campus, practice, have dinner, stay in the cafeteria for I don't know 2 hours talking with the friends. It's great. It's great. I like it.
Yeah, and that was one thing I think we talked to a lot of the Hickory FC players about was they were always talking about how the people that Carlos got were like very good people, and I mean it sounds like that's kind of what your experience has been, and you know, and they always harped on, and it's kind of what we've noticed too is all the players aren't just good players, you know, we're not just, I mean, maybe they do end up being the best players, but they're also just good people, and I'm sure that played a role in kind of settling you in here. You know, it sounds like you're spending a lot of time with these guys and made good friends and connections. Did that kind of help integrate you and settle more, you know, just making friends and spending time with these guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not our logo, but yeah, Carlos says it all the time that we're not just great soccer players, but we're great human beings. That's like the main difference, like from other teams, because we're all good people. And not only on the field but off the field, we all help out each other. Like in the locker room, we're always talking, like having fun, talking about whatever. It's great. Not just we had like a big Spaniard group, but also the guys from the United States as well. They hang out with us from different areas, Argentina, Chile, all around the world. We're all like a huge group, and we're all like the same. We're one person.
And I think that's a really good point that you brought up, and I know we've talked about it before, like you said, that from watching the photos and video of Hickory, you can tell the guys have, I mean, don't want to be like corny or whatever, but like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
And you can tell they enjoy playing together, enjoy being around each other. And I know we're going to talk about it a little in a few minutes, but you know, I think that's a reason why potentially you guys are the AP #1 going into this season, is because if you have a camaraderie and you got great brotherhood and you enjoy playing together and enjoy being around each other, you're only going to play better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's one of the main things. And to be honest, last year we were all kind of new, so we didn't get to know each other like as much as we have done this year. Now, yes, as you said, we're like a brotherhood. Like everybody gets along with everybody. There's no like bad intention or bad things like in the group. We're all as one. So that's the main thing, and that's maybe why we're top 1 ranked.
Mm-hmm. And again, going back to it, but you know, it sounds like Carlos Rubio does a good job of kind of finding people, figuring out who to get. I'm kind of curious, you know, you mentioned that your buddy that you were training with introduced you, but what were those initial conversations with Rubio like? What did he describe to you? What did he tell you? And did that play a big part in having you end up here?
Yeah, well, at first I introduced myself to Carlos Rubio as a midfielder because I've been playing as a midfielder all my life in Spain, but he wanted me to play as a center back, because the last 4 games I played in Spain, I played as a center back, and those 4 games were the ones that I sent to Carlos for him to watch me play. So yeah, I started talking with him. He said that he liked me, that I fit good with the idea he had on his mind, and yeah, that was it, pretty much it. Like, he said, well, he asked Botha how was I like as a human being. Botha is a really friend of mine, a big friend of mine, and he said that I was a good person, that I was friendly, I was kind, and yeah, and in terms of soccer-wise, he thought he was good. So.
Well, I think your shift from midfielder to center back worked out very well in your favor, as we'll talk about all the accolades that you've received at center back. So I think it's worked out. But if we could go back, I guess maybe to the beginning, and so people can kind of get an idea of how you started playing football. When did you first fall in love with football? I mean, being from Madrid, I think it's only natural that happens. Real
Yeah.
Madrid fan here, but. What were those early years like for you, like just getting involved playing football?
I don't know. I started playing soccer when I was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, and since then I've been playing soccer like all my life. I've been going to practice like mostly every day. Well, fun fact is that I've been playing soccer for the same team since I was 5 until I was, I don't know, maybe 20 years old. Then I went to another team. There's when I met Botha, which was my friend that helped me with all this. And yeah, but I don't know. I mean, soccer in my family. My brother, I have a brother. He also plays soccer. Last year in Spain we played together. So my father also plays soccer. He's a real Madrid fan. So since I was little, we got used to playing soccer.
Yeah, and it's funny. I think that's kind of one of the biggest differences in like American soccer culture that's not quite there yet as compared to European is, I mean, I know being raised Italian and French, you know, it's something that's like ingrained in you from childhood, you know, it's like
Yeah.
it's just natural. And I think we're starting to see that shift in America with a lot of these like minor leagues, like lower league teams, and there's a lot of culture developing, and I think we'll kind of see that over time, and as it grows people into the sport and it becomes more part of their life. But I think a big part of it too is always kind of having either a team or a player that you grew up and follow. So kind of the nice little segue into the next question, but who was that for you growing up that you watched and you're like, I want to be like that guy?
Yeah, I have to say I really looked up to Toni Kroos. Yeah, he was my favorite player. I mean, I'm a Madrid fan, as you know. So, yeah, it has to be Toni Kroos. I love him.
I mean, I have to agree. Like, I like him.
Yeah, he's good.
I like watching him play. Luka Modric too. So
Yeah.
I'm not totally against Real Madrid and
Okay.
ex-players. So I'll give you that one. I'll give you that
Good,
one.
good.
So we've talked about kind of your journey so far, starting out, coming over here to the States, and the kind of player that you are on the pitch. But you know, you've had some recent success over the summer this year. So let's start out with your experience with the Louisiana Crew, and we'll talk about a little bit about what happened over the summer.
But yeah, no, so we were kind of briefly talking off camera, but even with, again, having followed Hickory FC, I'm sure all the fans can also agree, it's kind of, I don't want to say difficult to understand, but I think I'm also just curious kind of, as somebody who doesn't fully understand how it works, how do these opportunities like arise for you? How did you find out about it? How do you get a spot on the team? And then how do you decide where to play?
Yeah, well, when I got here, I hear like it's not just like college league. You can also play like summer league, like a semi-pro or pro league. And whenever I heard about it, I just wanted to play. I just wanted to stay here for the whole year, like 2025. I just wanted to be here in the United States. So I started looking for different options. Carlos, my coach, helped me out with it. He tried to reach out different coaches from different teams, and finally, QFC came up, and I ended up going there. So I'm glad I went there.
So, I guess that this was your first summer with
Yeah,
the Crew,
this is my
correct?
first summer.
So, did you have any expectations going into joining them, or if you did, what were those expectations when you joined them?
Well, the coach, Joan, from Spain as well, he said that like the crew FC has been in the USL2 for 4 years, and the expectations were high. He wanted the team to end up in like top 2 and try to clinch for the playoffs. So we did it in the end. It was a good year for QFC, and yeah, those were the expectations. Like he said that those 4 years it was a fight between Little Rock and QFC for the first spot. We ended up second. We lost the last game. In the last 5 minutes we lost the league, but it was a good year for QFC, good summer. Yeah, I'm glad I played for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys ended 8-2-2 for a team that had never even made the playoffs. It's an impressive turnaround. So I'm kind of interested how they. I mean, I'm sure every team goes into every season expecting to go to the playoffs, but when it's a team that's been around 3-4 years now and hasn't made the playoffs, kind of what's different. So I'm kind of curious, how did the expectations change? Was it just a new group of players, or they just say, hey, we got this stud from Hickory coming in that's going to change the game here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the basis of the team was still there from the previous year. It was just like 3 different guys that, including me, that went there. But we actually have to say that we were a really good team. We knew how to play short. We knew how to counterattack. And it was good. I mean, I liked the way we played. The field was crazy as well. And it was a good season. I really enjoyed playing with these new different persons here, and I loved it.
So it's a huge honor, and it shows kind of the kind of player you are, being making the USL Team of the Year for the Southeast Conference, or the Southeast. But I think we need to take a step and like highlight playing in the USL2, because we know what happened, and that's the same league that Asheville City plays in, and we know what happened when Asheville came to Hickory. So I think it definitely speaks to the player that you are to make the USL Team of the Year in the Southeast. Did you know about that award or accolade? Or?
No, I told you I didn't know about that award. I was in the house, and one of my roommates told me about it. I played against him in the summer league. He played in Hattiesburg, and he said, "Hey man, you're in the first team of the conference." And I was like, "Okay, that's great. That's great." No, but yeah, I didn't know about it. Yeah, I'm glad I'm there, so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, no, like Gavin said, it definitely shows kind of who you are as a player. Again, he may downplay it, but I mean, think about it. He comes in first year, gets named one of the best players in the entire league. That's a huge feat. That's super impressive. And even though we talked about it, they didn't give him any special plaque. It's just a nice little Instagram post. It's still very impressive, and just shows what kind of player you are. But it's not even just playing as a defensive player, but we've kind of talked also about how occasionally you like to dive a little bit forward. Maybe it's not always at the most exciting times, but tell us about that aspect of your game, moving up to forward at the depths of the game.
Yeah. Now, if you see me as a striker, that's a bad sign, because that means that we're losing. So it's the last 10 minutes of the game that I asked the coach to go as a striker, so I can flick some balls, some headers, maybe score a goal, so I can help the team, and that's it. So if I'm a striker, bad sign.
Hey, to be fair, now as a Manchester United fan, it hasn't been that great, but Harry Maguire has turned himself into a striker, so you can turn into a striker as well.
Right.
That's
Right.
good.
Keep that in mind.
So, okay, we've covered the summer league, how well you did, the awards you won or you were recognized for, and I think it's important to know that he told me off camera that he just does this for fun. It's just, I'm doing it for fun. I'll go win some awards and we'll have a great year, but it's just for fun, which I think is very interesting and cool. But you're not just a summer player. I mean, you've played here at LR for a year. You're going into a second year, and you've got another season right here in Hickory. So if we want to talk about that maybe a little bit.
Yeah, no, as somebody who's really a big fan of college sports, I'm always curious. You've completed 1 year of college ball, a year in the club. I'm always interested. How does it compare? Playing for a college team, playing for a club team. Like, what are the differences? Playing for each team. Like, how's it different for you?
The main thing that I noticed, it was the amount of people that came to the games. well, you can tell. For example, when Hickory FC played, it was, I don't know, 6,000 people coming to the games. That's crazy. I've never experienced that in my life. And whenever I play here in Lenoir, Rhyne, you can't feel that because there's way less people coming to the games. But in terms of soccer, I feel the same. Like I had two coaches that try to play it the same way, like keeping the ball, be calm with the ball, and then exploit the spaces and stuff. But so soccer-wise, is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, and I'm also kind of curious again, I'm sure, I think we briefly talked, but it sounds like, classes take up a good part of your time when you're here. So I'm kind of curious, as a player who's kind of, with the college season, you're meddling with, all right, I got to make it to class, I got to do homework, and then make it to practice and games. Whereas with the USL, the summer leagues, you got a lot more free time. For you as a player, what do you prefer? I'm sure, some people would say, hey, having classes and whatnot to keep my mind occupied, I like that. Or some people will say, I like to just be chilling all day, practice, train. So which of those kind of aspects do you like?
I think I like being here, like having things to do, like go to class, like practice, then being with all the boys in the house or on campus, because I don't like having a lot of free time and wasting my time, because whenever I was in Crew FC, I don't know, 5 straight hours that I had nothing to do. I was just laying on the couch doing nothing. But yeah, I rather be doing this, like classes for 2-3 hours, then go eat, stay with the friends, then go to the house. So you got things to do here.
Yeah.
So I like it more.
So I think if you didn't catch that just a few minutes ago when he talked about the amount of fans that show up for a Hickory FC game versus college, he's saying, come watch us play.
Yeah,
Please
sure.
come watch us play. And it would be awesome if the stands could be filled as they were at Hickory FC games for the LR football games. Or soccer games, sorry. Just want to make that distinction. So nobody shows up at Moretz thinking we're going to play. But heading into LR's season this year, and I think it was just announced today, and I mentioned it earlier, that you guys are preseason AP number 1. So with that, what are the expectations going into this season now?
Our goal is to win it all. Goal is to win the SAC conference, then the tournament, and then go to nationals and win it all. That's our main goal. We're gonna go like game after game, but that's our main goal, is win everything this
And
season.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that you also were nominated for preseason all conference.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
So
correct.
I mean, we've got an absolute player here, and you need to come watch him play.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious. It's only been a year at LR, but I'm kind of curious. Who is Guille as a person or a player? What's your role on the team? Who do the other players see you as?
I mean, on the field, as I told you, I just want to help the team, do my best, try to help the team. The coach asked me to play passes in between, so we can move forward, stay calm with the ball, so don't give away the ball. And that's what I try to do, just do my best, try to do my best every time I play, and that's it. And off the field, I'm just a friendly guy. I'm in good terms with everybody. I hang out with everybody, not even with the Spanish guys, with guys from the US, so yeah. That's my role, being friendly with everybody.
And I'm kind of curious too, because you'd mentioned kind of like playing the balls out the back, and then we'd also briefly talked about how you transitioned from a center defensive midfielder to a center back. Mm-hmm. Did that kind of influence your style of play? I'm sure as a center defensive mid, you're primarily distributing the ball, and now that's kind of the role you're taking with the center back role.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, it was different. The first year it was different because I had to adapt to playing as a center back. The good thing is that the way we play here, Lenoir Rhyne, it's as a center back, you need to have the ball, and you touch a lot of the ball. So that's good. I like that. So yeah, when I played as a midfielder, I used to touch a lot the ball. So that's the only thing is the position. I'm in the right side now of the field, and I used to be in the middle of the field. So that's the only thing.
And you could really tell that, you know, Saturday at the scrimmage, just how well and dominant you were on the ball. And I mean, I talked to Kirsten before about that. You know, she gave me information about you and everything. And it's great to actually see that in person, because it's just, I don't know. And we obviously with Hickory FC, watching Guille, the center back for Hickory, you know, he was the same way. And it just kind of like, all right, we're good. We're in good hands.
Yeah.
With you on the back line. So that's great. And it seems like I get to mention all of your awards and nominations and so forth. And it's really cool because it, you know, just with, I love football and I love you guys, and it's like meeting my heroes and all that kind of thing. But I really enjoy talking about the awards and stuff. So not only did you get USL Team of the Year in the Southeast, but you also got or earned, I should say, the SAC third team all conference last year, right? Was that more of an expectation last year, or was it a surprise for you?
No, same. It was a surprise. It happened the same. It happened the same. One of the guys in the house said, "Hey, you're on the third team of the conference," and I was like, "Wow, that's great." I mean, I didn't know they posted those things like third team, second team, and first team. I mean, I don't care about that. I just want to play for the team. I just hope Alaris ends up in the top one, and that's it.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about this, but you know, it's interesting to see. You know, the last few years, it looks like LR has had some good amount of success. Obviously, this past year making it to the SAC championship, and then the last few years winning it all in 2022, and then making the semifinals in 2023. It looks like it's kind of becoming the expectation. You know, so it's good to hear. But is that kind of the feeling around the locker room, like if we expect to make it that far, and if we don't, you know?
I mean, we don't have that pressure if we don't make it, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, our goal is to go for it. We have to go to the SAC final and win it, and then go to nationals and try to do our best in nationals, which means we have to win it. So I wouldn't put that much pressure on us, but yes, I mean, our goal is that, to try to win it all.
So yeah, I mean, we've talked a little bit about the crew, we talked about LR, but now I think one of the things that I think the fans always love to hear is not just hearing about you as a player, but kind of hearing about who you are as a person off the pitch. And we kind of briefly touched on it, but we'll kind of rip through a few other questions. Now, obviously, being from Madrid, we got to ask who's the team you support.
I think it's been clear. I'm a Madrid fan, Real Madrid fan, yes.
Unfortunately.
Now, I'm always curious too. Again, it's interesting. You know, as a European, there's a lot of aspects, and usually it's a familial thing passed down. You know, your team it's either where you live or it's inherited from your family. You know, so where did that support for Real Madrid come from?
Yeah, it
for you?
comes from my father. My father is a huge Real Madrid fan. Well, my whole family, my mother also is a Real Madrid fan, but my father is a fanatic. And yeah, since we were young, we went to Bernabeu to go and see all those guys play. And yeah, my brother also, he's a Real Madrid fan. And most of my friends there in Madrid are Real Madrid fans, so that's why. But my father is, that's why I'm a Real Madrid fan.
Starts with dad.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool with not only having, I mean, we've had LR soccer around to get into and be involved with and love and pass down to our kids, but now with Hickory FC, you know, that's, at least for me, that's kind of what I look at it as, is like, man, now I've got something that I can take my kids to and pass it down and so forth. So that's really exciting, and I enjoy hearing that, like families passing down generation to generation. And you already mentioned Tony Kroos is your player, but is there another icon that you, I mean, being a Madrid fan, it's got to be CR7, I would assume.
Yeah, for sure. CR7 is the GOAT. Is the GOAT of soccer, yes. No matter who says the opposite, CR7 he's the GOAT, yeah.
So no Messi, huh?
No Messi. No. I without respecting Messi, he's great though, but Cristiano is the best.
Yeah. Anyone, again, I think I kind of prompted a little before, but for me, I'm always like a big national team guy. I always rant about how there's nothing in this world that gets me more amped up than watching the Italian national team. And we kind of briefly talked off camera. You know, for me, growing up, you know, the Alessandro Del Piero, Francesco Totti, any of those guys, you know, in the World Cup that really got you hyped up for those World Cups?
Has to be from Spain. I'll say.
Yeah, no Italians.
No Italians. Has to be Casillas, Sergio Ramos. And I actually like Villa, David Villa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was a baller. Yeah. So that's it. Those three. I had to choose those three.
No Xabi Alonso?
Yes, Xabi Alonso is great. Yeah. Xabi Alonso as well. I mean, all of them. I have to choose all of them.
Yeah. I have to say, I feel like, I mean,
Even
I'd like to
Iniesta?
Yeah, even Iniesta, yes.
I like to think we're kind of in the same age bracket, but you know, I feel like we kind of grew up during that like golden age for Spanish football.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Spain, as much as it pains me being an Italy fan, you know, you guys had some absolute amazing players, and I think that's probably why it's so tough for him. Is like you could go down that starting 11 from what was it, the 2012 or 2014 World Cup was the one you guys?
No,
or 2010? I mean, that entire lineup was just incredible.
That's crazy.
And insane players. So
Yeah.
So does it pain you to cheer for Lamine Yamal?
It's painful. It's really painful. No, trust me, it's painful. He's really good, but soccer-wise, I hate him. I hate him. He plays for Barca, but he's so good. Whenever he plays for Spain, I cheer him up. Yes, no doubt. But whenever he plays for Barcelona, I have to hate him. I have to.
I love how it just runs so deep.
Yeah. I know. My face changed.
Yeah, you could see the smile disappear as soon as you mention somebody from Barcelona. It's hilarious. So being over here in the States, what would you say would be kind of the funniest or maybe the strangest memory of your time in the States so far?
I don't know. The weirdest thing in terms of soccer is I told you before, the clock. It's different. Like the way you play soccer here in college, I think, is different. Like the clock goes from 90 to down to 0, and in Spain is the other way around. Well, in Europe, I think. And yeah, also the food here is way different. It's way different. I don't want to say if it's better or worse. I'm just gonna say that it's different, and that's it. Yeah, that's the only thing. Well, I have to say that I really like crawfish and Louisiana. It was good, even you don't like it, but I liked it. And yeah.
Did you get any of those like big crawfish broils? You know, the ones that come in the bags.
Yeah.
Get all that
with
stuff in there.
Corn, with potato, with spice on it. Yeah. I liked it. I have to say it was good.
So that's not different enough. You enjoy that.
I enjoyed it.
That's a very trained answer. The food's just different. It's not bad. It's just different.
I can say it's bad. I can say it.
And then what about like outside of soccer, football? You know, what are things that you enjoy doing, passing your time, like?
Just being with the friends here, and even if it's in the house, on campus, during a practice. I just love it. It's way different. Just being with all these guys that I didn't even know like a year ago, and now they're just my best friends. It's crazy. I never thought that it was gonna be like this, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and then we talked a little bit earlier about how you had a kind of crossroads growing up, how you a big tennis fan as well, and how you had to kind of make that decision. So what was that about? What was that like, and how'd you ultimately decide?
Well, when I was young, my brother and I, we played tennis and soccer. We played just tennis once a week. And once we grew up, we had to decide because we had a lot of classes going on, like a lot to study, and we didn't have a lot of time to focus on that. So we had to choose. I mean, we didn't have to choose. It was obvious that we were gonna choose soccer, and yeah, we did choose soccer, and I'm thankful we did. Grateful we did it.
Yeah, and obviously, I think this is obvious, but big Nadal guy then.
Yeah, big Nadal, and now big Alcaraz.
Yeah, he's been doing really well.
Yeah.
And doing well in the U.S.
He's not
Open.
playing the U.S. Open right now.
So, yeah, well, yeah, thank you. I think that's all the questions we have for you. It's been great hearing from you. There's a guy coming from Madrid to Hickory, out to Louisiana with the crew, now back here with us at LR. It's awesome not only to hear your story, but also to kind of see you're part of Hickory's soccer development here. So it's very awesome to have you here.
Yeah, and you know, I know we started with Hickory FC, but the whole goal of this podcast is, you know, the name From the Roots Up is covering all Hickory football, soccer, and that includes LR and the players that make that up, and that's what the show's all about, is celebrating the players and the community that make this game so special and why we love it so much. You know, another match, another moment, another memory, I guess, in the books. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that please, and he mentioned it earlier, not playing in front of anybody. Saturday, September the 6th, please put that on your calendar. The Bears open their season that night. It's international night. They open it up against Belmont Abbey at 7 p.m. So please come out and fill the stands for these guys, and you'll see elite quality football being played just as we did with Hickory FC.
Nos esperamos a todos el 6 de septiembre contra Belmont Abbey, home opener, así que tenéis que venir todos.
Yeah, and I think what's really important about it is, you know, we may be a little upset the NPSL season's over, but, you know, there's still high quality football being played here in Hickory. I think we may forget about that, and we're kind of missing out on that, and that's our opportunity. So we're really excited for their season to start. As a huge soccer fan, there's more to watch here locally, which is exciting. So hopefully we get to see you guys all out there.
Yeah, it'd be great to show these guys some love and just kind of help build the soccer community here in Hickory. I think that's why we started this in the first place, and that's why we like talking to the players and coaches. We want to help build something here for that Hickory can enjoy for generations to come. As you know, he is a multi-generational Madrid fan. You know, that's what we do. So you know, again, I've got to thank Barley Market for allowing us to be here. Lenny, my man behind the camera, Chris Vondrell at Vondrell Media for all of the graphics and everything that we have. Please don't forget to subscribe. I always forget saying this because I'm not a YouTuber, but please don't forget to subscribe and like, and, you know, give us a review and tell us how we're doing and that sort of thing. Let's talk football. We like talking football. We can spend hours and hours and hours talking football. So let's do that. And, you know, I guess as our tagline is now, like, stay loud, stay proud, and keep growing from the roots up. And we do have a new, I guess, outro tagline now, right?
Yeah. Vamos Osos.
Vamos Osos.